And with me, that roar of the crowd now is for the World Heavyweight Champion, the American Dream, the People's Choice, no question about it. Dusty Rhodes and John, we're going to see one heck of a match.
Certainly are. He's gained that title on desire and determination. I hope he keeps his cool tonight, because this opponent is no one to fool with. A great big man with just about every move in the book. People don't realize that. This guy can go.
He can indeed, and now let's go to the ring. The referee has been displaying the belt. Of course, we're ready to go in this World Heavyweight Championship match. The referee now beginning to check both competitors, and we're ready to pick up the action, waiting for the bell to ring for this World Heavyweight Championship match between the Assassin #1 and Dusty Rhodes, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Hello, my name is Willie J, and this is the glory days of pro wrestling. In this series of classic matches, I want to go back to the era of pro wrestling that made me an avid fan. I'm talking about the 70s and the early 80s. Only here will you see such classic wrestlers as Johnny Valentine, Harley Race, Bobo Brazil, Chief Wahoo McDaniel, and others. Buckle your seatbelt, relax, and get ready to watch another card of exciting, classic, glory days of wrestling.
We'll have more on the Wildwood, New Jersey card later on in the program. A couple of nice takedowns there by Dino Bravo. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that this telecast is being brought to you by the authority of Capital Wrestling Corporation, and any rebroadcast or other use of this play-by-play description without the written consent of Capital Wrestling Corporation is prohibited. Bravo in control. Bravo, shove to the rope. Nice shoulder block by Dino. Real powerhouse, this Bravo. Off this time, Russo waiting for him. Kick out by Bravo. And look at this. All over his back. Ooh, Russo laid it in there, but so did Bravo. Russo sweating profusely, yanking the hair, and sends Bravo to the canvas. Referee Jack Lott sliding right down as if he were sliding into second base. Russo. Now Bravo makes his move. Slips out, shoves his man to the rope. Shoulder block knocks Bravo down. Russo trying it again. Bravo goes down to the canvas on his own power up. Oh, look at that. Around again, and a back body drop. And a knee lift sends him back down. Over for the count. Can't quite make it. Unfortunately, the referee was out of position for that count. Otherwise, perhaps Bravo would have pinned Tony Russo. Russo hammering away almost a will a moment ago, but there you see Bravo picking up a head of steam. Russo now whips to the ropes off. Drop kick. He really nailed it. Russo's on his feet. Once again whips to the rope. This time Bravo has him high in the air. Round and round. Look how fast Bravo swings his bat around. Throws it to the canvas. Covers him. Scoops the leg. 1, 2, and it's all over.
Time, 4 minutes and 28 seconds, is the winner, Dino Bravo.
Dino Bravo, a real powerhouse, a fine gentleman, a great athlete in every sense of the word. Now, let's take a look at a perfect patented drop kick by Bravo. Hurled to the rope from one side of the ring to the other. Bravo goes up, way up, almost above the head of Russo, and just hammered Tony Russo to the canvas. Then from there, J.B. Moore, and of course the airplane spin. Bravo spin.
I think everybody is well aware of the fact that it was Killer Brooks who was paid by Mr. Zbyszko to gain the National Heavyweight Championship. That title was subsequently stripped from him by the president of the NWA, Mr. Bob Geigel. Now, of course, once again, wait a second. Wait just a minute. Wrestling 2 has just moved into Pistol Pez Whatley's corner. And chairs are being provided, and so, a warning being issued by Killer Brooks, disconcerting to his opponents. He does a lot of talking and before the match gets underway, but Mike, I know that you would certainly concur with me that Zbyszko has to be one of the most dangerous men in the ring.
Without a doubt. He has some excellent training. He has a superb background, and the man can really handle himself in the ring. I think, as he was alluding to in his interview, he always works at a man's disadvantage, to a certain spot on a man's body to control the head, the arm, the legs, and he works very successfully in the ring at that.
No question about it, and it is Pistol Pez Whatley. He's going to have a hard time finding a weak spot on Whatley.
Yes, he is. Whatley has never looked better to me. The man's in better shape, and looks better, moving better than I have ever seen the man previously, and I think he's going to win this match.
Well, he is a University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, I believe. He was on the wrestling team there, had an outstanding amateur background.
And a tremendous track man, too. Very fast.
Well, a standoff here between Zbyszko and Whatley at this particular point in time. Both men trying to gain the advantage. And Killer Brooks officiating. And, well, of course, we're very early on in the match, but I certainly can't find any issue at this point in time. Brooks appears to be very intently interested in what is going on and is watching very carefully.
So far, Brooks has done a fine job.
Well, nothing controversial has occurred, and Zbyszko breaks it up very nicely. Whatley, very, very quickly back on his feet.
That's correct, Gordon, and I think the fans have the opportunities to see a lot of outstanding wrestlers we have in the Georgia Superstars program, including Steve O, who I know is an old friend of yours, and Terry Taylor, some outstanding athletes in that area, and I'm sure these fans will be looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, to say, certainly not to omit one Bill Dundee either, a tough, tough man.
Without a doubt, one of the roughest, toughest. They call him Battling Bill, Superstar Bully, and he's outstanding.
Good move that time, and it is Whatley back on his feet once again, and so Zbyszko. All right, look back to the corner for Wrestling 2 and gets, again, perhaps a small bit of stratagem, and it is a spin under takedown by Zbyszko, but Whatley back on his feet very quickly.
In fact, I don't have one more question. Someone that you used to work with has one more question.
do you ever think there could be a heel turn as good as when you turned on Bruno Sammartino?
The human orchid.
Yeah,
Johnny,
Mark Mero. What a great guy he was.
Different time. It was a different era of humanity. When Bruno got, if he started bleeding and fell down on the mat, people in the audience had heart attacks. I mean, there was few people that could have a heart attack and die. You'd see medics running up the aisles of the Madison Square Garden. And people hated me. And the only reason they really hated me or other guys is because they really loved Bruno or really loved the good guys. And that was a different era. When I tell some stories to the young guys at the PC about how people would get heart attacks when Bruno fell over and I was getting shot at and stabbed and riots in the arena, they go, really? I mean, they find it hard to believe because today no one really loves anybody because no one really believes it. So it's just like one car wreck after another and more clothesline. I'm listening to the wrestling and they're saying the same stuff right there that I was saying in 1995. Wow, what a clothesline, But that was really the end of the old school. It marked the end of one era, and then the beginning of the next was the nationwide, territory.
There's the thing about Zbyszko. He can explode from almost any angle.
Absolutely. He's really pouring it on right now. But Brooks is cautioning him. And by the same token, when his man was down, Brooks got right down there. He was down there ready for the count. He wasn't waiting and stalling. Zbyszko is a capable man in his own right. Don't ever forget it.
Certainly no question about that, and it is Zbyszko crashing down with the elbow, but Pez Whatley, Pistol Pez, rolled away from it. Whatley caught him. That was the inside of the fist, and then a good forearm across the back. Headbutt by Whatley has Zbyszko back to the canvas once again, and our crowd here at Super 17 Sports Arena really getting with Pistol Pez Whatley as I think they... Ooh, nice drop kick. Caught him coming off the ropes. And again, it was Brooks down there very quickly for the count, Mike.
Beautiful drop kick. Got him right square on the chin. And that's got Larry reeling. Without a doubt, Larry's reeling.
Zbyszko fires back, however, and Zbyszko tried to set him. It was Whatley with a backslide, and Zbyszko powers out again before the count of 3. The bell has rung, and Whatley had him down again. The bell has rung.
Beautiful match. That's meant to be Whatley's match. He really had him going. He had 4 near falls.
Well, it looks like... oh, my. He is actually holding up. He is giving the match to Larry Zbyszko. Well, that is his discretion, but he has done it. And it is... well, I must say, I certainly thought that... Wrestling 2 is just as upset, I believe, as Pistol Pez Whatley is.
Hey, man, you call that being fair? You call it being biased? Man, that's the most obscene thing I've ever seen in my life, Gordon. Let me tell you something. Life is a struggle. You ask any man, woman, or child out there if life is not a struggle. You ask this man right here if life hasn't been a struggle for him. You get where I'm coming from?
I do indeed. 8:30.
John, you know that's a mistake.
At their manager's request, the Assassins are back in, and here we go.
To go up against Wahoo McDaniel, a man that can chop harder than anyone in professional wrestling.
And the tide has turned here. It doesn't work against Wahoo and Charlie Brown as Wahoo throws them chops. Off the rope, almost cut his head off. The other assassin runs into one.
Snapmare takes the assassin down. Now Wahoo going after that mask. Wahoo chopping away.
He's taking on both of them, David. He's got them both down. He's after that
mask. Paul Jones, Greg.
Look at Jones.
Grab the foot. Pulls Wahoo down on the mat. Makes that tag. Chopping at Wahoo.
Look at Jones again. Look at the corner.
Wait a minute. He can't see it. He
doing something over there with the other assassin. Now he comes in. Jones, the other assassin, got together over there. Headbutt.
Wahoo goes right down. Wait a minute. Look, John, the mask.
And into the tights. I wonder if Jones was giving the assassin something, and he headbutted Wahoo and knocked him down. Hard
Knocked
right
him
hand
straight
on
down.
the forehead of Wahoo, and he staggered. His knees buckled on that one. Again, they buckled. Another headbutt, and Wahoo goes down again.
He's completely dazed. Look at him. Wahoo's down on that mat.
Jones really nervous on the outside now. Wahoo taking them punches on the head.
The assassin banging away on the head. Rights, continuous rights. Wahoo not giving up. John, Wahoo never gives up. Remember when Greg Valentine broke his leg? The referee had to stop the match.
He would not give up. He would not submit. And he has been hurt here. Evidently, there was something in that assassin's mask.
Facing up and down. Wahoo fighting back. I told you, he doesn't give up. He will not give up.
He gets the headbutt and dropped to the mat again. They were slugging it out with each other. A knee right on that forehead. Once again, and they stomp in the head. It looks as if Wahoo's head may be lacerated. That was a tremendous blow earlier in the match from the assassin. It knocked Wahoo down to just one maneuver.
My assassin still pounding away at Wahoo. Wahoo trying to make it over there to Jimmy Van. Trying to make that tag. Charlie Brown takes on both men. Breaks him in the eyes. Comes across. Whips the assassin into his corner.
They both go down. Here's Charlie Brown from out of town.
Yes, he is.
Sleeper.
Charlie Brown has that sleeper. He has it in tight.
Our fans are going nuts. Looks like the other assassin got him from the back.
Stomping away at the head.
Right,
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Yes, he comes in. Spins him around. Hard chop. And there's another chop by Wahoo. Now the other assassin's trying to...
Hardwood knocked him down. All 4 men in the ring. This is a Donnybrook now. As again, Wahoo wails away and goes after that mask. And he's searching as if something is in that mask again. Wahoo trying to find out for himself.
Looks like he's trying to tear it off. He's trying to just tear the mask off. He's just about got it off. You can see it.
Charlie Brown after the other one. Again, down goes Wahoo. He's going after Jones. Here's Jones in the ring. Now we got 5 in the ring. Wahoo cut off by assassin, takes care of him, gives Jones one. A hard right by Charlie Brown. Double chop, down goes the assassin. Looks like his mask has been torn. Wahoo and Charlie Brown after that mask.
Ripping away at that mask. The assassin finally gets out of the ring, and they run away.
And away they go up the aisle, and this one is over.
It's August 3rd, 2021. This is Bill Apter doing the part of my job that I hate, informing you of another death in the world of professional wrestling. This one, a veteran star, Jody Hamilton, who along with Tom Renesto formed the incredible, vicious masked tag team of the Masked Assassins. All over the territories, they wreaked havoc. Sounds like a magazine story that I'm writing, right? I knew Jody very, very well. And his son is the referee you always remember from the evil referee on WCW, Nick Patrick. And he had been posting for quite some time about that his dad has been very ill and recently went into hospice care. And he wrote that he was surrounded by family and the people he loves when he passed on. He was quite a guy to help young wrestlers come up with gimmicks, teach them how to work. He trained a lot of wrestlers, and he was just an all-around great guy and a masked assassin.
put on the headsets and the microphone. Larry Nelson, are you all right?
I think so. He got me in the head, and I was able to cover up. Well, let's do the match. I'm all right.
Okay. There is a bullwhip that Nick Bockwinkel took into the ring, and now suddenly Stan the Lariat Hansen has taken that away, and he has taken Bockwinkel outside of the ring and is hammering away on the three-time former heavyweight champion. Larry, Stan the Lariat Hansen, the wild man that he is, from Borges, Texas, going to work on Nick Bockwinkel, and Bockwinkel finds him with a boot.
Come on,
right
Nick.
in the center of the ring. Bockwinkel now takes him to the turnbuckle, bangs his head off that top turnbuckle right in front of us. Bockwinkel going to work with right hand, fists flying. Across the ring he goes. Up with the boot comes Stan the Lariat Hansen, and into the midsection of Nick Bockwinkel, and a snapmare on Bockwinkel, and now an elbow smash to the top of the head of Bockwinkel. This one is going to be war. It is going to be brutal. It is going to be a take-no-prisoners match. It's going to be the survival of the fittest before he was pulled off. And he continues his open warfare in the center of that ring. What an elbow smash. What an elbow smash taken by Bockwinkel, and then a boot, and then a snapmare, and Bockwinkel tried to roll out of the way of this wild man from Texas, but did not quite make it. 2 count.
Come on, Nick, get out of there. That's right.
Nick Bockwinkel working it around and now having a hammerlock on the champion. Yes, Stan the Lariat Hansen is the AWA heavyweight champion of the world, but Nick Bockwinkel has vowed that he, Bockwinkel, will become the 4-time champion of the world before this one is over. Across the ring. And now he comes up with that knee to the solar plexus. Again, the knee to the midsection. A right hand to the top of the head of Nick Bockwinkel. Reversal by Bockwinkel. And here is a sleeper hold by Nick Bockwinkel. The Bockwinkel sleeper.
This could do it. If Nick can keep him in the center of the ring, very few get no. Well, he's trying to make it to the ropes. Stan Hansen knows that's what he's got to do. If Bockwinkel can get him back to the center of the ring, we very may well have a new heavyweight champion of the world, Rod.
There you now. And now it is both of them onto the apron and onto the floor outside the ring. And is Hansen going to take Bockwinkel to the post? Bockwinkel trying to keep from getting there. He hammered him onto the steps instead.
Stan the Lariat Hansen in a tirade outside the ring, and we thought Bockwinkel had him, but look at this man. He's not the champion for nothing. He's very, very tough.
Vicious, wild, brutal.
Right out of the same mold as the Crusher, Dick the Bruiser, Gene Kaniski. They were all so intense as to be dangerous to anything that got close to him. And look at Stan Hansen.
Absolutely, absolutely. And all of those adjectives that I used were putting it mildly. Hansen tries to take Bockwinkel to the post instead. He pays the price with 3 hard right hands to the face. Bockwinkel jabs to the body, to the head, takes a right hand, gives one back. To the forehead he goes, trying to bust the head of Stan the Lariat Hansen wide open. He hasn't made it yet. Bockwinkel setting his man up again, a hard right hand to the forehead. And now very quickly, Stan Hansen drops Bockwinkel onto that top rope. I thought he was going to drop him right in our lap. Hansen quickly on the cover, but getting a count of only 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am really impressed by both these men, especially Nick Bockwinkel. He is really determined out there, taking a pounding and coming right back for it. He wants that belt, he can taste it, and this may be his last shot.
Up and over, the suplex by Nick Bockwinkel on Stan the Lariat Hansen. A quick cover. Steve Olszanowski with a count of 2, about 2 3/4. I hadn't heard that before, but boy, it's true. Uh-oh. Stan the Lariat Hansen saw what was coming, and now he has applied the backbreaker on Nick Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel only let the count go to 1 that time. Maybe he does it at the count of 1 in his sleep.
I know Nick Bockwinkel is what? Here he goes. Turn
reversal. Okay, the back body drop. 303 pounds comes crashing to the canvas. A count of 2. Oh, these men, neither of them will have anything left after this one is over. Bockwinkel with a body slam. Bockwinkel with the cover. The count goes to 2 again.
Nick Bockwinkel coming so close but he can't quite put this big man from Texas. Steve Olszewski gets hit.
And now down goes Stan the Lariat Hansen. He is covered, but Steve Olszewski has taken a blow to the head. Nick Bockwinkel coming over to see to him, and Lariat Hansen attacks him from behind. Bockwinkel whipped across the ring. Bockwinkel now with a flying body slam. Come on, and the cover on Stan the Lariat Hansen as Steve Olszewski is trying to get it back. Is trying hard to get it back. And again, it is Stan the Lariat Hansen from behind. And again, the referee, Steve Olszewski, hits the deck.
Well, I know what he feels like. He caught the foot directly in the temple, though.
What a flying drop kick there by Bockwinkel. Stan the Lariat Hansen out on his feet.
The Bockwinkel pile driver.
This has put so many out of commission. There it is on Stan the Lariat Hansen.
But can he count it?
Bockwinkel turning him over, getting on top. But even without a count, Stan the Lariat Hansen instinctively kicks out.
Steve Olszewski caught that boot right in the temple. If you've ever been hit in the temple, you know how that can knock you silly. Bockwinkel over the top rope.
Steve Olszewski is on his feet now.
He's going to call it.
And this is a disqualification. It'll be a disqualification. And Nick Bockwinkel is the winner, but he does not get the belt. There you see him on his hands and knees outside the ring as Stan the Lariat Hansen threw him up and over that top rope.
Ready to make the introduction of a rare appearance by one of the Express in a single match.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the challenger to the heavyweight championship of the world, the pride of Huntsville, Alabama, Beautiful Bobby Eaton. And the manager, Mr. Jim Cornell. Gentlemen, Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Well, there he is, the man, Ric Flair. You may remember that Eaton had a previous shot at Flair's title. It's obvious that it was not successful because you see the belt still around Flair's waist. We will give Bobby the credit that he is due. He is recognized as one of the great tag team wrestlers in the world. No question about it. We were interested to see how he would fare without a partner in the corner. And you've got to say Bobby wins the title. We'll keep that in the back of our mind as this match progresses. Ric Flair. Volumes have been written, thousands and thousands of words spoken about the talent of this man. But I think more eloquently than the words and the written words is the action that speaks so loud for Flair. There is a little punctuation mark from the champion at the appropriate time. He drilled Bobby Eaton. Beautiful Bobby looking down to see if he had a hole in his chest. Whoa, when this Flair tees off, he really can shot. Eaton going into a standing side headlock, but quickly Flair up top with a wrist lock. Bobby doubles it up. The champ back up on his feet. And they struggle.
Robert Lee Eaton was an American professional wrestler. He is most famous for his work in tag teams, especially as one half of the Midnight Express. Under the management of Jim Cornette, he originally teamed with Dennis Condrey and, later on, with Stan Lane. Professional wrestling legend Bobby Eaton passed away at the age of 62 this week. Between his time as one half of the Midnight Express, his decades of work in various NWA promotions, and his time in the Dangerous Alliance, Eaton is considered one of the greatest tag team and technical wrestlers of all time. Pro wrestlers across multiple generations, from Les Thatcher and Ric Flair all the way to Edge and Ewo's Dax Harwood, took to social media early Thursday morning to mourn his passing.
How did you get started in the wrestling business?
I was a wrestling fan anyway, you know, growing up. I started helping put the ring up in Huntsville, Alabama. When I was like 12, 13 years old, kept doing that like every Friday because they ran Huntsville every Friday. Nick Goulas did.
Right.
Put the ring up and get in there and start practicing me and the other guys, you know. She mostly taught herself to wrestle. Finally one night, got it show up. And I went with somebody to the matches. I'm not sure what was that. I can't remember. So they put me in the ring for somehow or another. I don't know why.
How old were you?
I think about 16 years old. Like that.
Wow.
The guy that really helped me out was a Japanese guy named Tojo Yamamoto.
Right.
He kind of took me under his wing.
Eaton won multiple tag team and singles championships during his career, wrestling through the 2010s with several promotions. Donna Eaton, his wife, died June 26 at the age of 57. He was widely regarded as one of the real-life nice guys in the business, and several current and former superstars expressed their condolences on social media. If you've studied pro wrestling with any true attention, you've studied Bobby Eaton. And understand just how special he was in the ring, said WWE superstar Adam Edge Copeland
Down
on
on
Twitter.
the floor, and you may have seen Bobby reach up and grab his ear. It wasn't from landing on it. It was from the pressure that Flair had put on with that side headlock. Another big shot. Eaton hammered down the ring apron right into the post. Referee Nick Patrick trying to get the chance to stay back while the count goes on Eaton. Oh! Wind him up. Pow! You can hear Eaton coughing as Flair took a breath right out of him. Down he goes. Yes, sir. Champion. Moved in after the two chops. Maybe a little too quickly. He thought possibly he had Bobby ready. Eaton drove the head into the midsection. And now the momentum has shifted. Eaton with a handful of hair ripping the right hand while the referee pulling on the shoulder of Eaton. Whoa! And Flair reached up on the apron, grabbed Eaton, threw him all the way to the security fence. Eaton taking another chop into the fence. And the champ, maybe a little upset at himself for getting close enough where Eaton could have driven that head to the midsection. Come to the edge. Hollering for Rick. He breaks out of it, but Eaton again has him down 1, 2. He had the leg. I thought he might have it. Once again to the mat. With that figure 4 around the head of the champion.
How about Ric Flair? What do you say?
Flair! And Ric Flair takes his way out, but not for long. Eaton right back on him. Flair trying to get a rest, but no. Bobby won't let him loose, and that's the way to handle it. Choked him over the rope. I didn't mean that was the way to. Look at Cornette. You just well make up your mind you're going against an extra man when Cornette is outside against you. Suplex Flair back to the center of the ring. Let's see the strategy. Figure 4 on his head, unable to get a submission. Bobby sails off that top rope. Drops the elbow down right at the neck. Hooks the leg. Count of 1, 2. We may. No! He barely. Can I tell you, barely? barely got that shoulder off and just cleared it in time. Eaton again, sensing that each time Flair is losing some of that vitality of the jam. Ric Flair, quick to take advantage. Head toss, knocks him off his feet, and the champ, wobbling and stumbling, is still effective enough to turn the tide for the moment on Bobby Eaton. Reverse, Flair to the corner. Ric over, comes down, and nails Bobby right on the head. Can he sustain it? Oh, yeah. That was just as if he said, yes, sir, you bet I can sustain it. A whip, Eaton, high backdrop. Bobby Eaton down as Ric Flair. He's picking up the feel of the audience. They're starting to bring him to a high right now as the champion. Stan Lane makes an appearance. There he is. Big elbow. Flair is down, and it can come from anywhere. And you said, oh yes, but that's a disqualification. As Bobby came off the top rope with a knee, Ric Flair reached up and grabbed it, takes him to the ropes and drops on him. He's going for the figure four. Lane jumps up on the ring apron. Jimmy Cornette up on the apron. He's stopped in by Flair. Look at the champ with the tail bracket. He's throwing Cornette. Lays Eaton down in the center of the ring. Oh, I love it. Right back 7 years in your face. 1, 2, 3.
Minute time limit. Involves 4 men. It's not a tag team bout, however, as all 4 men will be in the ring at the same time. First in front of me, from England, 235 pounds, the defending American heavyweight champion, gentleman, Chris Adams. His teammate, the other half of the so-called dynamic duo, hails from Highland Park, 240 pounds, the Texas heavyweight champion, Gino Hernandez. Across the ring, their opponents, brothers to the world's most famous wrestling family. First, at 240 pounds, Benton County, Kerry Von Erich. And his brother at 260 pounds, former world champion, Kerry Von Erich. All 4 in the ring at the same time. David Manning is your referee.
All 4 men in the ring at once. A wild, wild match. The American champion, the Texas champion, and away we go. No bell is rung, but they're underway. Now the bell rings, and now we'll get it going. Everybody battling, everybody after it. Gino in the corner. Kerry has Chris Adams. Kevin with Gino. There goes Chris Adams flying out. Kerry put him away, and here comes the double kick. Gino and Anderson both out of there. The Von Erich rule the squared circle at Texas Stadium. And they're back now. We'll go back to the action. Of course, you know, last year was the biggest crowd ever on professional wrestling. World-class championship wrestling at Texas Stadium. This year will be even greater. There goes Gino. Here comes Chris. And the battle is on as Kerry hammers on Gino. Chris and Kevin go at him. There's got Kevin in trouble now. Kerry trying to shake off the effects of Gino Hernandez. And there goes Kerry. Onto the table, out on the floor. And they got Kevin all wrapped up and all over. Chris. And Gino on top of Kevin Von Erich. Erich going to do it again, but look out, here's Kerry, and Kerry gets in the way, and Chris Adams is being hammered now by Kerry Von Erich. Meanwhile, Gino trying to pick up on Kevin Von Erich. A miss, and then a hard right hand that Chris Adams had. Another one, and Adams fights back. Adams trying to put a pin on Kerry. 1, 2, but not enough, and he catapults him over the ropes. Gino Hernandez has Kevin Von Erich wrapped up. You know, one of the great things about that Texas Stadium event, can he make it? Kerry breaks it. Chris is caught. Chris has got for a kick. And Kerry Von Erich coming back to take charge now of Chris Adams. Gino misses on a charge into Kevin. Now Chris Adams with a body slam on Kerry on the floor. Look out. Chris has it. Steps on the far side, and David Manning trying to stop it. Oh, this one's almost too wild. Chris on the mat. Chris back in the ring, and here comes Kerry. Meanwhile, Kevin has the abdominal claw. The iron claw on Gino Hernandez. Now the claw on the other side of the ring on Chris Adams. Both Von Erichs with a claw. Kerry Von Erich trying to put the claw back on Chris Adams. And Kevin revived now. He's coming back on Gino. A wild, wild bout on World Class Championship Wrestling. And they cross. Kevin went over to Chris Adams. Kerry Von Erich goes back to the abdominal claw on Gino Hernandez. Chris Adams makes it out of the ring under the ropes. It looks like Kerry has lost his on Gino Hernandez. Now Gino takes after Kevin Von Erich. Kerry comes back. Kerry goes out. And now Gino controls the waist as the battle is on the other side of the ring with Kevin and Chris. Now it's going to be a body slam on the table. Here comes Kerry. There's Gino rolled up. Kerry, they had one. No, Gino rips off. But Kevin's back with Gino. Kerry's back with Chris. And Kerry, the right hand off Chris Adams. Another one, Chris Adams, a right uppercut. Another one by Chris Adams. Kevin Von Erich having a problem. I was talking about, here's a suplex on Kerry, and a count, 1, 2, and not quite 3. Kevin's over on Chris Adams. Now Gino comes over to pick up on Kerry Von Erich. What a wild one, what a wild one. These 4 young men for the world of wrestling's best, and another sleep hold by Gino Hernandez. You know, this is wild, but can you imagine the excitement of 2 rings at Texas Stadium, the 10-round bout, with a prize of $100,000 going to the winning team. And of course, that world title match with Kevin Von Erich and Ric Flair. Now Kerry has the claw, the iron claw on Gino Hernandez. But Chris Adams breaks out. He and Kevin Von Erich flailing away. Over the top rope. Kevin Von Erich not quite out. He's in. Kevin's back. Rolls up Chris. Got him all rolled up. I think David Manning has disqualified Chris Adams for rolling. And we'll wait till the official word here. And now the belts going after the Von Erich, using those championship belts. Chris Adams hitting on Kerry Von Erich. Gino Hernandez after Kevin Von Erich. And now the 2 with the belts. The bell is ringing. And finally David Manning has some order in the ring. The winner is Kevin Von Erich. Chris Adams tossing him over the top rope.
It really looks dark for Dusty right now. It's taking an awful lot of punishment right into the frontal area. And you can only take so much in that area, and then the lights go out. Let's hope not.
The assassin continues with those stinging right hands to the head of Dusty Rhodes. Another headbutt that has Rhodes back into the turnbuckle. And Rhodes' head rocked back again by the assassin, and again. And Rhodes just barely hanging on. The referee checking. And Rhodes very quickly pushing that referee to one side. And again, the assassin is stinging right hand to the head, and Rhodes hanging on now, uses that elbow effectively, uses it again on the assassin again and again and again. Dusty Rhodes digging way down deep. Reach down, got that second effort, and he's got it going as the assassin is down. And you can hear the thousands of fans, and you can see them now gesticulating wildly at ringside, and Rhodes catches him.
He is actually gaining strength from this crowd that has come to support him. And as you said before, that's what led him to the title, the people. That's where he gains the strength and his desire and ability to go on. People just come within him. Actually, the assassin's not just fighting Dusty Rhodes in there. He's fighting this multitude.
He is literally fighting thousands of people at one time, and the assassin is down. The assassin down, and Rhodes now flashes down, and bionic elbow across the chest of the assassin. The assassin instinctively going over toward his stomach. That indicates, obviously, some great amateur training because, as you know, you can't get pinned if you're on your stomach, and that's exactly what he did through instinct. And now, it's hard to tell. Both men may be lacerated, or perhaps it's only Rhodes. But certainly, this is turning into a different dimension for a World Heavyweight Championship match. And Dusty Rhodes, weary, beleaguered, now again pushes the referee to one side, and he's caught coming in by the assassin. The assassin looks now Rhodes retaliating. But there is a stinging left hand. He uncorks the right that puts the assassin back to the canvas. And the assassin shaking his head. Those cobwebs are thick now. Rhodes arm whips him off the ropes. Rhodes catches him with an elbow coming off the ropes. Another elbow down on the canvas. Rhodes coming off the ropes. Down. Oh, caught the referee. The referee bending over the assassin. And it is Rhodes who caught the referee. Rhodes has him now, and he's after the mask. He's after the mask, and the referee is out. The assassin catches him with an elbow, drives a fist into the head of Dusty Rhodes.
Rhodes took a hard blow into the solar plexus. That set him up for that fist right into the head.
And the assassin calling for the count, but that referee is out of it. No question about it. The referee is out of it. And the assassin now trying to wake up the referee. The assassin trying to bring the referee to. And now, wait a minute. Dick Crow has moved in and is now checking the referee and working on him. And the assassin saying, no, get back over here. And Dusty Rhodes slowly coming back to his feet. Rhodes on his knees. And it is Rhodes hanging on now. Wait a second. He went into the trunks of the assassin and he got something. He caught the assassin hold that time. And brother, did he lay one on him. You can hear the tumultuous roar of this crowd as and desist. And the assassin charges Rhodes, and he's over that top rope. And so, an automatic disqualification. An automatic disqualification. The assassin, through a series of situations here, the assassin emerges the victor in this match. However, the World Heavyweight Championship cannot change hands on a disqualification. It was an automatic disqualification.
Wasn't that some exciting wrestling, my wrestling fans? Please continue to join me as I present only the very finest in wrestlers and wrestling of the 70s and the early 80s. This is Willie J signing off from the glory days of pro wrestling.
Trading blows now, blow for blow. Orndorff down with the upper hand. Whoa, big uppercut. And another.
You know the place is going to cost him the beat on our body.